If we were to ask you about scary fish, we would expect an immediate response with suggestions like piranha or great white shark. Those two are indeed pretty feisty examples, but there are some others that you might actually not have considered or even know about. So this is why today we are taking a glimpse at some of the most terrifying fish that frequent the world's seas, oceans and waterways. Our first choice is a species found in the Gulf of Mexico and West Atlantic region. At first glance, if a fisherman were to reel one of these stripy and almost perch-like fish onto their boat, they would doubtless consider it innocent enough. With that said, if they were to then peer inside the mouth of a sheep's head, they will encounter row after row of bizarrely human-like teeth. These fish are shellfish-eating specialists, and let's face it, who would wish to argue? Commonly known as sea devils, angelfish are the archetypal horror of the deep. Lurking in deep water, they patiently await any unsuspecting prey to simply amble by, ready to inhale their potential meal in one fell swoop. They have earned their name from a kind of glowing fishing rod, which hangs just in front of their huge mouths. Indeed, their mouths can open extremely wide, almost enough to consume a victim as large as themselves. The payara is a distant cousin of one of the fish species we mentioned earlier, namely the piranha. They are apex predators, which means they do not have any predators of their own. Fortunately for us, they are generally only found in remote reaches of the Amazon basin, specializing in hunting in fast currents. They will attack and consume fish half their size or even bigger, and boast fearsome vampire-like fangs, which can sometimes be up to 15 centimeters long. It would not be appropriate for us to tell you about terrifying fish without including a shark, and our first pick is a species that dates back thousands of years to the Jurassic period. Frilled sharks will hunt by floating serenely in the water, appearing almost innocuous and uninterested. They tend to kind of curl up a little too, almost like a coiled spring, ready to pounce on their prey. Having about 300 viciously barbed teeth, their victims will almost certainly not escape. Probably the most visually innocent-looking fish in our top 8 is the appropriately named Sarcastic fringehead. They are an extremely aggressive and territorial saltwater species that tend to live in small holes or crevices in reefs, spending most of their time with just their heads visible. They look friendly enough, don't you think? Well, don't be fooled. If they wish to scare off an intruder or attack their potential meal, they are capable of a terrifying transformation. Found in many seas and oceans of the world, with upward-facing eyes, is the suitably named Stargazer. I think most people would agree that these guys and girls won't be winning any beauty competitions. But that said, they make up for their appearance by being adept ambush predators, burying themselves in the sand in readiness. Their speed of attack is so swift that they have been known to strike and return beneath the sand almost in the blink of an eye. Our penultimate entry today would not look out of place in the story Dune. Indeed, one wonders whether they provided inspiration for Frank Herbert's 1965 novel and subsequent movies. The lamprey is almost a parasite-type fish, as it effectively attaches itself to its prey, and will burrow into the flesh while secreting anticoagulants which thin the blood. Even if they merely hang around for a short snack, their victim is unlikely to survive. Our number one pick of today's charts really does look unpleasant to say the very least, and is the most accurately named too. We are pleased to include one more shark in our top 8 and would like to introduce you to the goblin shark. They had not been found measuring much more than 4 metres until the year 2000, when a specimen was caught measuring 6 metres off the coast of Mexico. They are stealth predators, with the capability of using their giant mouth and razor-sharp teeth as a catapult, grasping their prey to either slice it in half or consume it in one accurate mouthful. If there must be a winner for scary and grotesque inhabitants of the sea, the goblin shark easily comes first. Thank you for joining us here on the Prime8 News channel, and until next time, be careful where you swim.